tonight. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes. Over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Watson off play action. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second down and 3. Doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked up. off at the 20.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turned out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
Second down and 8. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright? Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Bryant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 20. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there, and even 90 yards. And the Bengals on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense think that you will, and maybe you have some options off of it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it won't be easy.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it, and they do so right there.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Houston set to take over.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Escaping the pressure right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Defense.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
And now here's a carry heading left. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now it's Watson.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's McLaughlin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action with Burrow.
He will find his man Chase, complete.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Watson now to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
That rookie first rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 5 now, second and a yard. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Chase Edmonds in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding at the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 38, Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He finds his man complete. It's McLaughlin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Mixon will go off tackle left. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 25 on 2nd down. Burrow. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. Oh, good move at the 10. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory. As he's brought down at the 5. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of him.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Oh, look at the juke. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitz.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And here comes the Texans now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a first down throw, Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. Again, that's Hurst. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Bryant.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Again, it's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. From the 40 now on 2nd down.
Burrow got a man open. It's Chase. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
2nd and 11.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
T. Higgins,
his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And now out comes Houston.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Watson on first down.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Bengals are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will swell by 1 more.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Eluding the pressure right. Into the secondary, past the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati